Greg Ehrenberg here from Odd Shopper. I hope you guys are having a good week so far. And we've got another loaded baseball slate on Wednesday, some afternoon games, some night games. As per usual, when we have days that are split up into two slates, I'm going to be focusing on the night games. Do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and leave a comment below. I want to know what it is that you guys are betting on tonight. And if you do hit on a bet, you have a chance to win one free week subscription to our premium betting Discord. And shout out to Benny_8. Yesterday, he said that he was betting the Marlins money line. And it hit. It was a very, very interesting game. We had the Marlins take an early lead, then they blew the lead, and then the game kind of went back and forth. Ultimately, Miami ended up scoring the winning run in the 8th inning. Benny won his bet, and he also wins one free week subscription to our premium betting Discord. So, Benny, hit me up on Twitter so I get you set up with that. But without further ado, these are my favorite bets for Wednesday night's MLB slate. I'm starting us out with my hottest dong pick of the day. It's a bet that I made yesterday, and it didn't hit, but I think I'm going to chase this one for a little bit. That's Juan Soto plus 650 to homer. And I mean, obviously, there's a breaking point. If he doesn't homer for forever, I'm going to not bet him the entire time. But I think Juan Soto is one of the best hitters overall in baseball. And we've just gotten to a point where he's had a little bit of a down season, 126 WRC plus. And the betting market has adjusted and made his home run props just much longer than we typically see out of Juan Soto. But one thing that is of interest to me is even though we've seen a downtick overall in his offensive production, it hasn't impacted his power that much. 14 homers for him through 69 games last year when he was one of the MVP finalists. He hit 29 in 151 games, so that mark isn't that far off what we saw him do last year. In terms of power numbers, 220 ISO this year, 221 last year. So it's not like the power numbers are taking that much of a dip. Where we've seen less production for Juan Soto has been he's drawing less walks, so his on-base percentage is down, and he's also striking out not quite more, but just making less hard contact. So we're also seeing a dip in his batting average and on his batting average on balls in play. So his BABIP this year is 210 after being 332 last year. Not quite the same quality of contact, but like I said before, it's not really impacting the actual amount of time he's hitting the ball out of the stadium. And I just don't ever think there should be a time that Juan Soto's plus 650 to homer. We have this bet with an 18% win rate. But because the number is so long, it makes sense of positive ROI. But we have a projected 38% ROI here. And then we look at the matchup against Tyler Wells. Wells is a decent pitcher, but there is reason to think he's going to be home run prone throughout his baseball career. The main reason is he just allows a lot of fly balls. This year, 36.9% ground ball rate. Overall for his career, 30.1% ground ball rate. A lot of balls hit in the air against Tyler Wells. And when you have one of the better hitters in baseball going up against him like a Juan Soto, it leads potential to home run. So I'm going to be backing Juan Soto for the second consecutive day at plus 650 to homer. And listen, if he just hits a homer once this week at those kind of odds, we're going to be coming out ahead. So I think this is a favorable long shot bet to go on. We have a change of sponsors. On the MLB betting video, I had said that the FanDuel offer that we had, it wasn't going to last for long. It is gone, but we're bringing back an old sponsor, and that is BetMGM. BetMGM, they were the original sponsor of this video, and for now, sponsoring it again. If you guys want $200 for free from BetMGM, here's how you take advantage of the offer. You sign up using the link in the description box below, or sign up using the promo code OSMLB. And then when you sign up at BetMGM using that promo code, you place a $10 bet on any MLB money line, and they're going to give you $200 for free. That's it. That's all you have to do to take advantage of this offer. Don't miss out on a chance to get $200 in your pocket for free. For my next bet, I'm looking at a strikeout prop, and I kind of like this one in a similar way to what I liked Kevin Gausman's 4.5 strikeout prop with yesterday, and that's Sonny Gray for over 3.5 strikeouts. Just like with Gausman yesterday, there is a little bit of juice towards the over, but I just don't care because we have this bet projected to win such a high percentage of the time, and the strikeout prop is so low. So Sonny Gray, the over 3.5, we have it winning 79% of the time. We have him projected for 5.3 strikeouts. And if you look at the numbers for Sonny Gray this year, there's just nothing that should really indicate a 3.5 strikeout prop is appropriate. I understand he only struck out 3 in his last outing, but he also hadn't pitched in over 2 weeks. He was coming off the injured list. He was somewhat restricted, but made it through 5 innings. So 5 innings makes me think we're probably looking at just a normal 6+ Sonny Gray outing for this time out. And look at his outings before going on the injured list. 4 strikeouts against the Royals. Not a lot, but more than 3.5. 10 against the Tigers, 5 against the A's, 8 against the Guardians, which is who he's pitching against today, and then 7 once again against the Oakland A's. So overall, the strikeout numbers are really solid for Sonny Gray this year. And one of the better pitchers in baseball also over the course of the last few years. Not quite a Cy Young caliber pitcher, but still a really high upside pitcher, and especially for strikeouts this year. 27.8% K rate. Last year, 27%. The year before, 30.6%. The year before that, 29%. This is a top of the rotation starter who has really good strikeout stuff, has consistently delivered strikeouts. And for whatever reason, books have set his strikeout prop at 3.5. It's not appropriate. I think the number should be 4.5, maybe even 5.5. So I like the over for Sonny Gray, and I'm going to be laddering some of these strikeout props as well. My only regret with Kevin Gausman yesterday was that I didn't ladder some of those props. We had the 4.5 strikeouts. He ended up with 7 when we had him projected for 6. I feel like we should have been betting the over 5.5, over 6.5 in that game. I'm not going to make that mistake again. I'm going to be laddering the strikeout props. But of course, my favorite one here, it's still the over 3.5 for Sonny Gray. I think one of the safest bets on the board tonight. To close us out for the day, I'm going with one more hot dong pick, and that is Cedric Mullins, plus 850 to homer today. Now, Cedric Mullins was one of the breakout stars in baseball last year, finished near the top of all of the American League in wins above replacement. That year was probably a little bit of a fluke. He had 30 homers, was worth 6 wins above replacement, 136 WRC plus. I'm not really expecting that kind of output this year from Cedric Mullins, and he's been kind of pedestrian at the plate this year. But we have to look at the matchup he has today, because Patrick Corbin's on the other side of the mound, and he stinks. Patrick Corbin is just not capable of getting out big league hitters at all at this point in his career. 6.59 ERA, 6.32 expected ERA. He's just a replacement level player at this point in his career. And then also, so many home runs allowed by Corbin this year and last year for that matter. 22.6% home run fly ball rate last year, 14.7% this year. He's been above average even when he was an elite starting pitcher. Patrick Corbin allowed more home runs than league average. The last couple of starts for Patrick Corbin, he's allowed multiple homers in both of them. So 2 homers in a start against the Phillies, 2 against the Brewers. Overall, he's allowed 2 or more homers in 4 of his last 7 starts. So just a guy who's giving up a lot of hard contact, leading to a lot of home runs. And when it comes to Cedric Mullins, no, individually, he's not one of the better power hitters in baseball. Certainly not one of the better power hitters, even on his own team when you got guys like Ryan Mountcastle and Trey Mancini on the Orioles. But still, I have to rely on some of our data here. And a plus 850 home run prop, you just don't need this to hit very often for it to be profitable. So we have this projected with a 14% win rate. The expected ROI is over 30%. So I don't think that Cedric Mullins is for sure going to hit a home run today. But when you get a hitter who's at least had as good of a season as Mullins did last year, and he's plus 850 to homer against Patrick Corbin, I'm going to side with our data here, and I'm going to be betting Cedric Mullins to homer because that number is plus 850. If it starts to dip, I would have less interest. But once again, the odds make sense. So Mullins to homer, that's my long shot bet of the day here. So to recap, I have 2 longer odds bets that I'm placing today. A little bit risky, but these are bets that I think in the long haul are the type of bets that work out in our plus money bets. In Juan Soto plus 650 to homer, and then Cedric Mullins plus 850 to homer. And then one other safer bet that I have for today, Sonny Gray over 3.5 strikeouts. I think that's one that's going to hit more often than not. We have that winning nearly 80% of the time in our data. So those are the 3 bets I'm going with, but I want to know what you guys are betting. Leave me a comment below and tell me whatever it is you're betting today, whether it's a money line, run line, no run in first inning player prop, whatever it might be. I want to hear from you guys below. Also, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and good luck today.